Tessa has been kind enough to share her story for this entire weekend. And so Tessa, I want to invite you up one more time. And she has such a powerful story, and she has been sharing it. And so as she comes up, can we give her a hand, everyone? Woo! So you're all changed and ready to go. And so this is your time. You've been kind enough to be with us this entire weekend and share your story, which has been amazing. But I'd love for you to share one more time about just your journey, because your journey is pretty incredible. And one of the things that really, again, struck me about your story is that you said that for the longest time, for so many years, that you were searching for something, but yet you didn't know what it was or where to find it. So I'd love for you to tell us a little bit more about that.
So I was baptized when I was an infant. I grew up in a Lutheran community, went to a religious school, but the way that they perceived God, he was always a fearful God. He was always a God that would punish you. It was basically, you had to own up to God if you did anything wrong. So I strayed away from religion, and in my early adulthood, I felt this hole in my heart, and I was always searching for something to fix it. I turned to alcohol, just trying to numb the pain. I turned to any person I could find that I thought would fix it, even if temporarily, which led to me being in an abusive relationship for 2.5 years. And that relationship actually ended in assault, which had to be taken to the police and the justice system. And at that point, I was just a wreck. I felt like my world was spiraling. I thought of going back to church, but I was like, what kind of God would want me now? I am so broken and damaged goods. There's no way I'd be accepted now.
And so this is how you were feeling, and this is how you were thinking that God looked at you as well, that he wouldn't accept you, that he couldn't use you. And then but you finally had the courage. You summoned up all this courage to actually come here. And you came on a Wednesday night to a midweek, and you encountered God in a powerful way. And it really started you on a journey where you said yes to following Jesus. And so tell us more about that.
So I had just started dating my boyfriend at the time, now fiance. And I talked to him, I was like, I'm really interested in religion, but I don't know where to start, and I feel like I can't go into the community right now. And so he suggested midweek. He was like, it's a very relaxed vibe, it's a lot of singing, just worshiping. He's like, you'll love it. And of course, I went in still anxious and worried about being judged. And the very first video they showed in that service was a girl who said, I was anxious, and I thought I was going to be judged by everyone that I met, but I found a home in Kensington. And it was just, I knew that I was meant to be there at that time.
That's so cool. And so you've been on this journey, and really for the past handful of weeks, as we've been talking about baptism and saying, hey, you know what, we're going to baptize people this week, you've sort of been feeling this nudge and thinking and sensing that, you know what, this is your week. But really the tipping point came for you 2 weeks ago in this room at one of our Sunday services, and where you had a powerful experience. And so share with us what happened.
Yeah, so I was in one of the first rows, and it was the last part of the session. And Danny Cox told us all to bow our heads, so I did, and I closed my eyes and folded my hands. And right as he started the prayer, I felt God's hands wrap around mine. And I felt this instant burst of joy that was so overwhelming, I almost was brought to tears. And I just it was such an out-of-body experience. So at the end of the prayer, Danny started talking about baptism, and he said, maybe you haven't thought about it before, but maybe this is your moment, and this is your pull to be baptized. And I walked out of that church, and I said, I'm getting baptized as soon as possible.
So today is your moment, today is your week, and you're going to be getting in a little bit. But thank you so much for being here all weekend. Can we give her another hand?